So this week is going to be kind of nuts. I think we can all agree. Former President Donald Trump started the week today at a courthouse in Florida, federal courthouse. It was for a hearing in the federal criminal case against him related to his allegedly hiding classified documents at his Florida golf club and refusing to turn them over when he was asked for them. That's how his week started in the federal court in Florida. His week could end with a New York judge ousting him from running his family business and ordering him to pay hundreds of millions of dollars. That's the punishment New York's Attorney General is asking for in her fraud case against Trump and the Trump Organization. The New York Times reports today that the judge in that fraud case is expected to issue his verdict on Friday of this week. Again, that is just New York Times reporting. We have not confirmed that, but we're watching that as well. Judge Engoron could rule whenever he feels like it. Friday is also the deadline for Trump to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court to try to get the justices to throw out lawsuits against him from Capitol Police officers who were injured on January 6th. On Thursday, in New York, there will be a pivotal hearing in the hush money criminal case, in which the judge is expected to officially schedule the start of that New York state criminal trial. That trial could start as soon as next month. That could be the first criminal trial that Trump is actually in the courtroom for. Also on Thursday, Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis will be appearing at a hearing about whether or not she should be disqualified from her RICO case against Donald Trump in Georgia. Trump and some of his 14 co-defendants in Fani Willis's case in Georgia argue that she should be disqualified because she and one of the top prosecutors she hired for the case are involved in a personal romantic relationship. Now, Fani Willis has argued that nothing about that personal relationship is disqualifying. She's argued that Trump and his co-defendants are just using these allegations essentially as salacious distractions to try to muddy the waters and scuttle the case against them by creating a lot of public relations nonsense about this issue that has no legal consequence. That said, there was a hearing today on these allegations, and the judge in this case in Georgia said that these allegations against District Attorney Willis could result in Willis being disqualified from the case. And as such, he said he definitely wants to hear evidence on these allegations on Thursday of this week. So it all makes for a very, very busy week in terms of the legal part of our political news now. But it also puts District Attorney Fani Willis in quite a spot. I mean, regardless of what you or anybody else might think about Willis's personal relationship with this prosecutor and whether she did anything legally wrong here, the only person whose opinion really matters on that right now is the judge. And today in court, he did make clear, he did say explicitly that he thinks she might be disqualified from this case because of these allegations. Now, the key dynamic at work around this is that if Fani Willis is disqualified, fairly or unfairly, her whole office, the whole district attorney's office, is disqualified from working on that case, which would mean, in all likelihood, that whole case would go away. And that is why Georgia State University law professor Clark Cunningham argued in the New York Times last month that the best thing Fani Willis could do to protect her case against Trump and his RICO defendants in Georgia would be for her to take a leave of absence, for her to take a personal leave of absence from the district attorney's office to turn over the case to a deputy district attorney. That would end these proceedings against her effectively, and it would leave her office in charge of the case, and the case could still go forward. We contacted Professor Cunningham about this today, these new developments. He told us, quote, "This action," meaning a personal leave, by District Attorney Willis, should be looked at strategically as the best option she has to make this enormously distracting controversy go away and to put the case back on track, still in the control of the Fulton County DA's office. If Judge McAfee grants any of the motions to disqualify Willis at the hearing Thursday this week, then her option to take leave probably disappears at that point. Now, I should also mention the Washington Post is reporting tonight that Trump plans to attend that Thursday hearing in Georgia so he can be there in the courtroom as the details of this personal relationship between Fani Willis and this other prosecutor are laid out in open court. That should make it all the more of a circus. There will also, I believe, be cameras in that court proceeding. Don't quote me on that. But of course, Trump would like to be there regardless.